has said this before in some interview that people forget that actors are public figures, not public properties.
Yeah.
My dad was also one person who would be like a fearless guy.
Yeah.
So there was a shoot at site order for him by the Maoists, and we get a call at 5 in the evening that the car is untraceable. She made us sit in front of that little Gurdwara at home, and from 5 till 12 in the night we were just praying. I think the bigger credit to every army officer's family goes to the wife. If we don't push good content, you can't expect the film industry to experiment.
And then we say Bollywood is over and Bollywood क्या ही कर रहा है, because हम लोग खुद ही तो push नहीं करते
हम लोग
अपने
खुद
content
अच्छे
को.
content को push नहीं करेंगे.
So
Yeah, let's get to lighter conversation.
Yeah, I'm
because like this will go into a complete debate. I don't want to debate over this. Like I want to really do a hardcore love story.
I want to ask you that announcing that you are in love with Jackie, whose idea was it?
Why should I not have a normal life? Because I'm an actor. We're both not the kinds who want to, hide and meet and क्यों stress चाहिए ना life में? As of now, this is the reality. This is the reality.
Last week, I watched Runway 34 and I was left with different emotions. Also because my mom was sitting right next to me. In the first half, I felt caged. I felt claustrophobic. I felt that I was trapped in the same plane. And that's thanks to performances by all the three actors. And today I have somebody who's been a friend, who has not just been an actor, but genuinely a friend. And I was so happy with her performance in Runway 34. Rakul Preet Singh joins me for a conversation only on Bollywood Bubble. Thank you so much, Rakul. I'm glad that you're doing this.
Thank you.
I have to tell you, this is not coming from a place of bias, because I could be biased. A lot of people feel that I'm biased, which is why I don't review. You know that.
Yeah.
But I was sitting next to my mom, and my mom is like an Amitabh Bachchan worshipper, literally, not a fan. She has, the movie is over, and she looked at me and she's like, Rakul is also very good. Ajay is fantastic. This movie is amazing. It should do really well.
Wow.
And this is what my mom has said. I'm not even kidding. Today when I was coming, she's like me, please tell her that I really loved the movie.
Thank
so,
you.
That is the biggest validation an actor can get, especially commercial movies आपने बहुत की है, जहाँ पे बहुत box office successes भी आपने देखी है. But once in a while, you need to experiment with these kind of films where I feel that the industry opens up to the idea of the actor in you, right?
Right.
I remember before the movie release, when I had asked you what your parents thought of the film or the poster, you said that they don't tell me anything till they watch the movie.
Right.
Now they've watched the movie.
Yeah.
Aman has watched the movie. Aman, her brother. So I want to know, how did they react to the film?
My parents loved it, and I remember my dad was sitting in the screening next to me on the right, and when the courtroom thing gets over, he's like, very well done. In a screening, that's come out from his mouth. So I was like, chalo, okay, great.
Chalo, validation.
So validation given, but they loved it.
I want to know that, a lot of things will be said about box office because, okay, it has Ajay Devgan, he's directing, but it's not a typical commercial potboiler. It was never, like people are comparing it to numbers of KGF just because KGF is doing exceedingly well. But do you feel that sometimes people fail to realize that there is a distinction between the two films? Like even when Ajay sir does like a small role in Suryavanshi also, this is not a Suryavanshi as well.
Correct.
That it is supposed to do a certain amount of business, It is made with a certain audience in mind, to be very honest. Its target audience is not as vast and wide as KGF too. And when comparisons like this happen, does it bother you? Because the reportage becomes very nasty at times.
Yes, it does sometimes bother me because people forget that there's so much hard work that goes behind making a film. So, what bothers me is that if there is a product which is bad, it's fine. Please write it off, it's your job. When the product has got good reviews and it's very unfortunate that a box office collection of a film determines if it's a good film or a bad film.
Yeah.
I think that's very unfortunate. Now we're living in unforeseen times. Some people go for certain films, they don't go. The wave has completely changed as to what people are liking, and everyone's trying to figure that out.
True.
Honestly, in the industry, everyone's figuring out what's working, what's not working. What's an OTT film now? What's a theatrical film? Amidst this, if people are enjoying the experience of the film, I think we should be. The thing is, we sell negative. That's what affects me. I feel that, yes, please write that the collection, say, is low on day 1. But when it's jumped on day 2, keep your headline limited to that. See the positive. There's a 60% jump. People have liked. The audience review is great. Because if we don't push good content, you can't expect the film industry to experiment.
And then we say Bollywood is over and Bollywood क्या ही कर रहा है? Because हम लोग खुद ही तो push नहीं करते अपने
खुद अच्छे content को push नहीं करेंगे. There has to be some sort of unity for a good product. I am not saying be biased towards your product. Please let a good film get its due. But why are we nasty in writing? It's a 60% jump, but it's still low. Obviously, because it opened low. Because you also, and then there is another 60% jump on a Sunday. So talk about the positives. Audiences are liking it. Push the positives. See the effort. See the making. And I'm not talking about Runway specifically here. I'm talking about overall any film that is good. Let's appreciate good content and I just feel that nasty language should change. Yeah, it's very, very, very sad that, we being same unit do this to each other.
But in South, there is a different kind of unity. Do you feel that somewhere things can change if there's a little more unity in Bollywood as well?
I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't say there's no unity here.
No, there is unity in different ways. But it's just that it's a little scattered here and there.
Yeah, I just feel, I'll generalize it. I just feel if humanity is united, if people are united, people will grow personally, professionally.
Yeah.
And every strata of society will grow. Not just the film industry, not just, we want to bite into each other. That's a human tendency.
True.
I just feel that as a human tendency needs to go. Not just from the film industry. I'm saying from the society. Yeah. The world will prosper and grow and be happier if you're happy for each another.
I think that sometimes reportages become where we stop looking at actors or celebrities as human beings. Like, I don't know what they look at. They feel that you will not have any emotions, you're okay. Do you feel that sometimes people forget that you're a human being?
Of course. It requires a lot of strength sometimes to just tell yourself, don't read. Don't get affected, and I don't read. Because people will write, things like, this didn't work. They'll take away that the film is good. This also is not making money, now what? But that's not in my hand, no?
That's in your hands.
That's in your hands. See whether we are putting our effort. If I'm bad, please write me off. I'm saying this again. If I'm not delivering, if I am not dedicated, if I'm not working hard, if I'm not disciplined, please write me off. Don't write actors off depending on the film's money making, because that's not in their hand.
Money decides whether a film is a hit or a flop.
A terrible film could make money and then you're like, oh my god, this is a blockbuster. And a good film sometimes, these films that go for international festivals, such good cinema, and we don't watch it commercially, will you take away the credit?
And I would believe that if you don't like being spoken to in a certain way, or if you don't like something written about you, then don't write it like that. Write it in a
I said this before in some interview, that people forget that actors are public figures, not public properties.
Yeah, it is true.
There is a fine line.
It is true.
Yeah.
It is true. But when I watch the first half of the movie, I feel so
let's get to lighter conversation. Because this will go into a complete debate. I don't want to debate over this. I'm saying a very general thing.
It can never be a debate because I genuinely stand by what you felt. I want to ask you a different question because you are an army child. Because I'm not. I just feel, maybe it's my opinion or generalized opinion, that when you're army kids, you're somehow prepared to face these kind of news. Have there been moments where your father has been away and you've been like, the entire family has been like really stressed?
Oh yeah, see, I have goosebumps. I have goosebumps on my face. So yes, there have been. So there mostly was when my dad was, actually 2 tenures. One was Northeast. He was posted on Manipur border and we were in Aizawl. So the entire families were in Aizawl. And that time there were no phones. I'm talking about 96, 97 to 99, 2000. So there were these landlines which were like trunk calls, so there used to be a person in between. So whenever dad called once a day, he would call, alternate days he called, he would call, we could hear him, and then whatever we said, that guy used to say ki बच्चे लोग बोल रहे हैं आप कब वापस आ रहे हो, Okay. So I would be like, पापा को बोलो कि चॉकलेट कब लाएंगे, so that person would say बच्चे बोल रहे चॉकलेट कब लाएंगे, and when dad would speak, this was security reasons, so we never could speak to him directly, you know, you always knew there was a person. So in those times, imagine I remember one time that dad had left from where he was driving down to us, and it was a 14-hour drive, and we get a call at 5 in the evening that the car is untraceable. Okay, and there's no connection, there's no phone. It was a proper convoy, like 2-3 cars, and my mum, I remember I was in my 3rd standard, my brother was in upper KG or 1st and 4th or something like that, and she made us sit in front of that little gurdwara at home, and from 5 till 12 in the night we were just praying, because she didn't know. None of us knew where the car was, where he was, and Northeast was known for a lot of ambushes.
Yeah.
And we'd had one in our unit, our neighbor. He was ambushed right in front of like us, like we knew. So my mum's health took a big toll in that 4 years of his posting in Northeast, because obviously any wife would be stressed, or because you don't know what's going to happen, where is a shootout going to happen. My dad was also one person who would be like, I will like he was that fearless guy.
Yeah.
So there was a shoot at sight order for him by the Maoists.
Oh my God.
Okay, so my mother would really panic that, you know, what is this? And they had a nickname given to my dad, the Maoist people, or whoever the undergrounds or whoever were in the Northeast. So at that point, I might be wrong in exactly who made this name, but my mum was very tense. So this happened, and then we got a call at 12 in the night that there was an accident. And the car had toppled over and luckily got stuck by a tree trunk, like on the hill. So he was just like little injured, but everyone was safe.
Baapre.
So that then some shootout would have happened, or dad has. So there was this one time we were there, and you know, I knew that dad was grilling some people, and we could hear noise, and you know, so there were a lot of these instances which we have seen so closely that you are very fearless. You are not like an ouch baby.
But have you also lived in fear at times? Because
Never.
your mom
My mom was
definitely
very fearless, at least in bringing us up.
Yeah.
She would have that fear internally.
True, but she
But
couldn't
I
show
think, yeah, but I think the bigger credit to every army officer's family goes to the wife. Because most of the times, she's taking care of the kids alone. You know, when fathers are on borders, you know, and every army officer has one peace posting, one field posting, one, you know, so one good area, one bad area. So every time you're alternating and you're in a bad area, it's the strength of the wife which is tested. In today's time, we can't stay 5 hours if we've not got a call. If we've not got a call, we can't stay for 5-6 hours like, "Arey, phone nahi aaya, is everyone okay?" So imagine at that time not getting calls for like 2-3 days, not knowing what's happening. It's tough.
It is true, because you know, this reminds me of my mother. I was just six years old, and my father had a heart attack, and we didn't realize it was a heart attack till we did like those ECGs and stuff, because it was the first time in the family. He went to the hospital on a Saturday, and then he came back on a Wednesday. Thursday we had to put him back again because he had another heart attack after coming back. And I was just 6 years old, but of course I was a studious child, so I knew his pulse went down to like 25, 29, something like that.
Oh my God.
And I've seen my mom from that day till today, like being this epitome of strength. I don't know how she does it. She's actually like me.
Yeah,
she's very
mothers
fragile
are
to
very,
look,
yeah,
but I
mothers,
don't know how
they
she's
just
held
have
us.
this strength, and they make sure that they do everything in their stride to not let us feel that our dad is away or that she's missing him. I think today's day and age, we don't have that, We are too expressive, ki sahi hai to sahi, nahi to nahi, you know, we don't even, I don't know if we can do as much as our parents did at that time, you know. Parents always taught us that follow the right, and if there is something wrong, then stand by. Like, you know, we've always, like, don't get succumbed to what people are saying. We're stronger than that. We've paved our own path. But I didn't know anybody in the industry, or, you know, we chose the path less traveled. So you have to be strong.
You know, when you talk about fearless, you just spoke in the last question when I asked you, you said that हमारे ज़माने में, I also believe that our generation cannot have the same love stories as my mom and dad, and possibly that is something.
I wish,
Yeah.
Should I want to do a love story, by the way. Like, I want to really do a hardcore love story.
करो अभी इतने सारे
सारे directors सुनो please. Like, I want to do a love story. You know, I am a sucker for love, and I feel that can never go out of fashion. So I really want to do a love story.
We are going to manifest it.
Let's manifest it.
But you know, I will also say that you are very different from the other contemporary actors. Today also, when you see, social media is a thing, right? And unfortunately, when an actor bears their personal life out in public in even a littlest way, then there are different questions. I was so happy when I saw the post, and I have had this conversation, Aman and I remember in that interview.
Oh, really?
We were like, "Arey, when will Rakul find love?"
Oh,
and
yeah,
we were like,
I remember we were joking that
like,
mera picha chhotega, Aman was saying.
And Aman was like, who will date her? Look at her. She's so disciplined. But that's true. First time I met, I remember I met you in Kolkata. I don't know if you remember, but it was for Yaria in that hotel.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I remember going to Calcutta, but I don't remember.
I'll send you a picture. You were wearing something blue or green.
Green.
Yeah. So I met you there. But you have that intimidating quality. Unless that person like really crosses that boundary, I think people get intimidated.
You know, I never felt that because I'm a very easy person.
You are very easy, but till the time only when people get to know you, you know.
So people, yeah. So I don't know this, but that's I think the army in me.
Yeah.
फौज है अंदर से ही discipline है अंदर से ही मेरे अंदर discipline है तो वो I'm not frivolous.
Yeah.
Once you know me, I'm possibly the easiest person.
I want to ask you that this whole idea of announcing that you are in love with Jackie, whose idea was it? Was it yours? Was it your plan? Was it his?
No, I think.
Or were you comfortable? Both of you were comfortable?
Both of us thought. What happened is that both of us actually connected because we have a similar mindset.
It is true.
You know.
It is very
even
true.
When it comes to fitness, I thought there was only one psycho, there's another psycho, you know. So, I think both of us come from the opinion where validating a relationship is giving respect to each other. We're both believers of that if there's nothing, if there's nothing to hide, why hide and be sly about it? Because I like to draw that line, Nayan, you know. What I do is my profession. I'm an actor by profession. I also have a personal life.
Yeah.
And it's as normal, I've said this earlier also, it's as normal, it's any human progression. First you have sibling, you have parents, you have friends, then you have a partner. Yeah. There's nothing to lie about it.
Absolutely.
And we're both not the kinds who want to, you know, hide and meet and kyun stress chahiye na life mein? Now, it's there. So, I've shared something that's there. Do I want to keep talking about it and make news about it? No.
I know.
That's not something I want to talk about. Both of us have our own individual paths, even professionally, and you know, we are our own people, and that's about it. And Kareena, I mean, look at so many people who've always been very honest with their relationship.
Yeah.
And what's wrong? The reason I said, you know, why should I not have a normal life because I'm an actor?
True.
Everything is normal. I'm not doing anything which nobody else has done. It's the only, like I said, only natural progression to find a partner in life. What happens in the future will tell.
True.
I don't want to answer those questions.
Absolutely.
But as of now, if this is the reality, this is the reality. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
And you've always been honest about everything that has happened in your life, and it is good to be that way, to be very honest, Rakul, because I think that this is the generation that can be the face of change.
You ask, like a lot of people get affected by what is the question, then they'll ask, when are you getting married?
Oh, that's why I didn't ask you.
मेरे माँ बाप है ना पूछने के लिए, you know, and why I'm waiting for a day when people ask a male actor, will you work after marriage? Will it ever affect a male actor standing in the profession? And let me tell you, in the West, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, Gal Gadot has 3 kids.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, Meryl Streep. No, I'm saying Gal Gadot. Why? Because she was shooting Wonder Woman while she was pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm saying we need to move, and I think Kareena ma'am's done a fantastic job with that. She was shooting for Lal Singh Chadda. So, you know, I think it's normal. Even Anushka Sharma for that matter, you know. It's normal, we need to move on beyond that. So, which is why I was fearless. I said, you know, ye chupana kya hai? I'm working, I will give my 200% where I'm working.
And it doesn't take away from your work, honestly.
Why will it?
Never.
If you are skewed as a personality, it will take away. You know, if you have your priorities right, it won't.
But thank you, Rakul. I wish you all the more power because genuinely, I'll again reiterate that Runway 34 is a special film.
Thank you.
And you are outstanding in the film.
Thank you.
And yes, there will be a lot of commercial films that I'll see you in, and I know that I will. But there has to be these Runway 34s also, which I think will add a different feather to your cap each time you do it.
Yes.
And I feel proud that I know you as a friend, and genuinely जब अच्छा होता है with you, I feel really happy.
Thanks, Nayan. You're always very kind and very sweet with your words, and I love you for that. And I really hope, like, my endeavor is to strike a balance. I want to do, you know, वो wave में नहीं जाना है. मुझे नाच गाना भी करना है, मुझे runway भी करना है, मुझे Dr. G भी करना है, मुझे अक्षय सर type commercial film भी करना है. So I want to do everything. Our job is to act, and I hope I keep getting those opportunities.
Absolutely, you will.
Thank you. Hi guys, this is Rakul and you're watching me on Bollywood Bubble. If you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe.